Hey guys, it's Scott with Scotty B Cards, and in this video I have a 5-card SGC return, and I also want to show my pickups from the last few months. I got a 5-card return, got done within 2-3 weeks, not very long at all, but I want to show what I got. I did really well. I only sent cards in that I thought were gonna grade at least a 9.5, only because I wanted to have some of these to be resold. So I'm using a Billy Maloney T206 card as the cover card for now. I'm gonna push these back, but the first card is a Vladimir Grower Jr. This is a 2019 Topps update. This 2019 Topps update I got in a break, and it was only worth like $3, $4 raw, but in an SGC 10 it's worth like $95. So I paid 23 bucks because I thought it looked really good, and you can see the grade pulled a 10. So I did well on that card. It's what I anticipated. I wouldn't have sent it in if I didn't think it had a really good chance. So that one is a good win for me. This next card is a Chris Sale X-Fractor from 2011 Topps Finest. This is from my Finest Refractor or better set. This Chris Sale I sent in before we found out he basically has broken ribs. So he's out for at least a few months, which is very unfortunate. But either way, I thought it was good enough. And I thought for 23 bucks, it was worth grading just in case he did have a big year towards the Hall of Fame push he might have. And it got a 9.5. So there was a couple surface flaws, but 2011 Topps Finest has surface scratches really easily, and the rest of the card looked perfect. After that, we have a Jacob Degrom. I actually pulled this one in a break. I recorded this Topps update break a long time ago, and I never released it. Maybe I will someday. But I opened 5 or 6 fat packs from 2014 Topps update. I paid like $40 for each of them, a really good price. I was going Mookie Betts hunting, and I got this Degrom. It looks great, except for centering's a little bit off, and that's what got it a 9.5, but I think it's still in great condition. Degrom is hardly any rookies, and this is probably one of his very best aside from the Topps Chrome update, so I'm happy to get it. So the next card, this is a Jacob Degrom. This is a 2014 Topps update. This is the red hot foil. I also got this in those packs, which is really crazy because these are hard to pull. Well, let's define hard to pull. There's a 330 card checklist, so hard in the sense you get maybe one a pack. So the odds weren't great, but I pulled this card. The debut for Degrom goes for quite a bit. The last SGC 10 went for like 300 bucks, 350 bucks even. So I was going to sell this raw for 100, but I thought it looked really good. So I thought I might as well pay $23, get it graded, and I'm glad I did because it did get a 10. So that makes this card probably worth $300-ish. I'll sell this one just to recoup grading costs and to buy another card I'm looking at right now. And the last card, I don't know what to think of this. This is a Power Zone Ken Griffey Jr. This is numbered to 50. This is a Gold Refractor from Stadium Club Chrome. And I'm not sure if these cards go for a ton because it's not during his playing days, but it's still numbered to 50 of one of the most iconic players of the last 30 or 40 years in Ken Griffey Jr. And so it looked good. Had a couple small print lines, very minuscule. I thought I had a really good chance at a 10 still, and it did pull a 10. Makes this one a pop 1, which is nice because being a pop 1, it just provides tons of value. This is probably, I'm guessing, $200, $250. I'm not quite sure on it, but we'll see how it goes when I sell it on auction on eBay. Hopefully it goes for a lot. We'll find out. It could go for, the raw goes for 50. This one, because it is a 10, I hope it goes for like 250. We'll see what happens. All right, so here are my pickups from the last little bit. The first one is a PC card. This is a Billy Butler 2005 Topps draft pick. This is his flagship rookie. It's numbered to only 54. These are actually really hard to find. I paid about 20 bucks for this, and it probably will never be worth more than that. But for me, it looks in excellent condition. I bet it's a 9.5 grade. You know, only issues up at the top right. Maybe there's a little bit on the whitening on the corner, but like it's almost flawless. So really cool, well-centered rookie of Billy Butler. Probably the best rookie you can get of his out there, besides the 1 of 1. After that, I traded for this. This is a Zach Greinke Draft Picks Refractor, PSA 8. It's numbered to 300, as you can see. These are becoming more and more valuable and harder to find. He just signed with the Royals again, which I think is great. He's only about 200 strikeouts, so I think it's 190 from 3,000 strikeouts. Hall of Famer, first ballot, and I don't think he's done this year. I don't think he'll get to 3,000 this year, but he even said in an interview he's not going to retire. So Greinke, really like the guy. I think they're some of the best looking. He has like hardly any rookies at all. And on top of that, this refractor I think looks excellent. So really glad to add that one. This is probably, the one I'm about to show, is one of my favorite pickups I've had in a long time. It is a Paul Goldschmidt Gold Refractor. I paid only $900 for this. And I know, like, when I say $900, it sounds like a lot, but realistically, this card, let's look at like Wander Franco or look at Ronald Acuna, and I know their upside is higher than Paul Goldschmidt. But if you want to get, let's say, even say a low level prospect, you're looking to pay like Julio Rodriguez base card, not graded, Bowman Chrome autograph is over $1,000 right now. So to get a Goldschmidt this cheap, while a Franco and Acuna and all these other young studs are going for $15,000 to $20,000, that's pretty happy. Goldschmidt, I'm highlighting him sometime and discussing how he's actually pretty close to the Hall of Fame. And being this close to the Hall of Fame is important because he's at 50.7 WAR and he has some really good life in him left. This last season he had 6.2 WAR, was the third best defensive first baseman, so he's not done. He's heading into his age 34 season. If he can have another 5 WAR season, put him at 55, and then through 35 through 38, those last 3 seasons just averaged 2 WAR, that would put him above the 62 mark. That's kind of where Todd Helton is, and I think Paul Goldschmidt's in that same category. So if Helton gets in, it's great for Goldschmidt because I think he's a similar player. And so people might not agree with that, but he's a really good ball player if you go look at his stats. He has like a career 142 OPS plus. That's really impressive. This one is a PC piece. So I'm really excited about this Superfractor. This is Max Scherzer's first Superfractor in his Nationals uniform because 2015 was his first year. And this was before 2016 Topps Chrome Sapphire. And that's a big deal because in Topps Chrome Sapphire, they had Superfractors, Topps Chrome had Superfractors, and then you had the finest Superfractors. So this is one of the only 2 from 2015 I think is really super valuable. But nowadays there's Topps Chrome Van Baller, there's Topps Chrome Black, there's Topps Chrome Sapphire, there's Topps Chrome, all these different types of variations where Superfractors are easier to get. This is when they were more scarce. So I'm really happy to add this one as well. I think I paid $300 for it. And I also got with it some other parts of the rainbow. So I just need to get the red essentially. Next card up, you will recognize this one. I did a video on it. I paid about $450 for it, graded really well. Happy about this Mookie. I think he'll have a really big year this year. This card is already basically appreciated from where I bought it, obviously, and it graded good enough where it provides quite a bit of value. I'm guessing it's worth now like $2,000 to $3,000. And I don't think I'm going to sell it. I think I'm going to hold on to it because these are really hard to find. He has no other gold refractors from any set his rookie year besides Bowman Chrome first rookie. Well, it's not a rookie, but it's Bowman Chrome first itself. And because of that, I think this card will appreciate well as long as Mookie can keep playing well. And then we have a Stan Musial Leaf rookie from 1948. I have the Bowman and I like the Bowman, but I like the Leaf better. And so I'm going to be moving the Bowman so I can get this Leaf. And I know there's a little bit of staining on it, but other than the staining, it presents well. It's relatively centered. And on top of that, the image of Musial isn't really hurt. And that's important to me, how the player looks on the card. Just because if there's paper loss on his face or the crease went through his face, it takes away the eye appeal. I don't really care about the investability of this card. Yes, I think I paid $900 for it. I think in the long run, it'll be a few $1,000s. But at the same time, I think it's just a really cool piece of history to have in your collection. Musial, if you go look at his stats, he's better than you think because he's probably a top 10 hitter all time in the history of baseball, which is a very, very celebrated history. The next card is a Frank Robinson rookie. This is from 1957 Topps. I think this one presents so well. 1957 has some really weird coloring issues, and because this one actually is crisp and clear and it's centered well and the corners are relatively sharp, I got it for a good deal. My work gave me about $200, a gift card for if I want to spend it on, so I put it towards this Frank Robinson rookie card. So pretty exciting. That was my Christmas gift. And the last card is the most interesting, I would argue. This is a Manny Machado Sapphire from 2013 Topps. These Sapphires are extremely rare. It's basically the same thing as the camo, and I was able to get this in a trade for I think $200 and some Lindor rookies. And Manny Machado's at 45 WAR right now, going into his age 30 season. I think he's easily a Hall of Famer. He'll probably run 65 to 70. And on top of that, he's on the Padres, who are a relatively good team. You know, not as good as when Tatis was playing. Now that he's hurt. But because of that, I speculated on this, and his flagship parallels don't go for a lot. But this one, I think I valued basically at $500. So I think there's a lot of room to grow on this card, especially as he does approach the Hall of Fame. These are super hard to find, so I could see this being worth a few $1,000s in the future. It's just probably like a 15-year hold though because of that, but I don't mind. It is so pretty. So happy to add this one, and that's basically my last few months. Very different than most people as I'm adding some vintage rookies. I'm adding some older players in the league. I added a Superfractors because I like Max Scherzer a lot. This Goldschmidt, I am very bullish on, but it all depends. This year is huge for this card. It's basically a gamble, but overall, I'm really happy. So thank you for watching. Other than that, guys, I will catch you in the next video. See ya.